President says relationship should no longer be based on philanthropy on the one hand and blind admiration on the other. President Reuven Rivlin called Thursday for a renewed alliance between Israel and Diaspora Jewry. Against the backdrop of an ongoing crisis between the government of Israel and much of world Jewry, Rivlin said the relations should no longer be limited to philanthropy on the one hand and blind admiration on the other but should instead reflect a shared commitment to justice and an openness to listen to the other. It is time for a renewed alliance, for a common language, between Israel and the diaspora, before it is too late, the president said during a speech in Sde Boker in the Negev, in memory of Israel's founding Prime Minister, Ben-Gurion. His comments came on the heels of a controversial interview in which Deputy Foreign Minister Tzipi Hotovely complained that American Jews don't understand Israelis because they lead convenient lives and don't send their children to defend their country. Hotovely's remarks were widely criticized by politicians across the political spectrum, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. American Jewry is less traditional than in the past, and more deeply involved in the various sectors of American leadership, Rivlin said as the government's official memorial ceremony marking 44 years since Ben-Gurion's death in Sde Boker. Its self-image is strong and well established. The community longs for a connection with Israel, but wants a relationship between equals, not a philanthropy on the one hand and blind admiration on the other. Israel, too, has changed, the president said. The Jewish state has a strong economy and was admired worldwide for technological innovations, and its society no longer comprises a majority and a minority but rather several tribes that redefine its social contract, he said. Therefore, we must embark on a new path, no longer a relationship of charity, but a shared commitment to justice, to Jewish and human mutual responsibility, Rivlin urged. No longer with the silencing of mutual criticism, but with courageous and sincere openness. No longer with idealization, but with a true partnership based on really knowing each other, and on agreed-upon institutions to solving problems, and to establish a common policy. In his speech, Rivlin recalled the 1950 agreement Ben-Gurion struck with American Jewish Committee head Jacob Blaustein, which for decades was seen as the blueprint for Israel-diaspora relations. The agreement was based on four principles. First, the State of Israel represents only its citizens, and speaks only in their name. 2. Jews of the United States are citizens of the United States, and are only loyal to the United States. Third, Israel does not expect the Jews of the United States to immigrate to Israel. And fourth, neither party intervenes in the political decisions of the other. That agreement might no longer make sense, the president said, citing his impressions from his trip to Los Angeles last week, during which he addressed the Jewish Federations of North America's General Assembly. I saw the immense love of diaspora Jewry for Israel. I also saw deep concern and pain from the loosening of the ties which link Israel diaspora Jewry, he said. I clarified to the communities of the diaspora that Israeli democracy, the word of the people and Israel, must be respected. To us I say, this moment is a test.